What's going on, guys? I'm Jaye. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. I want to talk about this Wendy Williams thing, man. Apparently, Wendy Williams did an interview where she talked about some things, and one of the things that came up was the fact that she actually hooked up with Method Man. Now, she didn't go out and just say that they smashed, but she basically said they had a one-night stand. All right, they were at a party. Things got crazy. She asked him to go back to her place. He did so. She said she gave him a bath and a hot tub, I believe, and they smoked some weed, and then, something may or may not have happened. Again, she's alluding to it. And people have been going crazy. This was trending on Twitter. And 50 Cent decided to get in on the troll. Now, I'm not going to show you his Instagram post, but I'm going to read this article here from Hip Hop DX. All right. It says Wendy Williams dropped a bombshell on Thursday when she told DJ Sus, that's his name, she once had a one-night stand with Wu-Tang Clan legend Method Man. She claims they had the late-night rendezvous at her New Jersey penthouse. I guess I batted my eyes and rocked my shoulders. You know how I do it. And I said, you want to come over? And he said, yeah. People didn't even realize at the time it was Wendy, and one of the biggest stars, the leader of the biggest group in the world, just left. All right. Let's see. Got into her Pathfinder and went back to her penthouse in Jersey City, where she bathed him in her jacuzzi tub, smoked some bud. That was back in the coke days. I don't remember what he did. I'm not going to implicate him on that. So what are you going to implicate, Wendy? I mean, you might as well just come out and say it. You know what's crazy? Her and Method Man had an issue years ago, right? And he went in on her. That video may still be on YouTube. And that was in, I believe, 2006, maybe, that when he actually did that video or interview. He went in on her. Now, this could be Wendy's way of being reflective, or just maybe deciding to just put that out there to make herself feel good, right? Because, Method Man over the years has been very consistent. You know what I'm saying? He keeps himself in shape. He doesn't look like he's aged much, right? So this could be very much so a self-esteem boost to her. She's single out here, assuming, right? And she's doing this interview, and she just throws this out here. And what's crazy is that I'm not 100% sure, but wasn't she with her ex-husband, or now ex-husband, during that time? I might be wrong, right? 50 Cent being 50 Cent, he couldn't help himself from clowning Meth for their alleged night of passion, and posted an unflattering photo of Williams bending over in a bikini and captioned, "What the F kind of weed made you do that, blood? LOL, oh no, what the F going on?" Yeah, 50 went at him, man. And 50 is gonna do that. That's something that you can 50 is gonna do it, because he's had his war of words with Wendy, right? With a lot of people, he's went at. And he never misses an opportunity to clown people, and Method Man is getting clowned. I don't think I've ever really seen Method Man get clowned as much as he is now. And what's crazy was that Wendy Williams, it wasn't like he got with Wendy Williams recently. This was something that was, I believe, back in maybe the late 90s, when she may have looked a tad bit different, probably a lot different. So it wasn't like he was, and again, stuff happens. Y'all got to understand, there are guys out here who are smashing chicks that you wouldn't think they would. All right? There are dudes out here that a lot of you ladies like. that are out here smashing these big girls. They're out here smashing the awkwardly built chicks, the skinny chicks with no assets, no shape, maybe a cute face. You think that he likes this, but he's actually smashing that. You just never know what these guys are into. And maybe it does take getting high. He was at her place. He was just partying. She's the only female around. Things are gonna happen. And people are acting like, oh my God, they're acting as if he just smashed recently. I don't think Meth would smash her recently. But again, when people, get a little high, they may say or do things they normally wouldn't do. It's just like with alcohol, right? And 50 Cent is taking full advantage of it, right? It say 50 Cent has mercilessly criticized Williams for years. In December 2018, he shared 2 photos of Williams before and after makeup, essentially calling her unattractive. 50 would again pull Williams into an Instagram of terror in March of 2019, dragging the talk show host after she was admitted into rehab for certain issues. Dear Wendy, we are praying for a speedy recovery on your addiction, he shared on Instagram at the time. I knew some things was up with this bitch. It was the drugs. She better not talk about me, then go to rehab every day. Every day. I'm gonna just say fiend. Let's see. But in September 2019, the Get Rich or Die Trying architect extended an olive branch to Williams and seemingly bringing their contentious relationship to a close. Meanwhile, the bad blood between Method Man and Williams goes back to at least 2006, when Williams reportedly disclosed some private information about his wife's situation. She also reported unfounded rumors Meth had been having an affair with his wife's doctor, which is crazy. That's why she gets the vitriol that she gets, man. Let's see. Wendy gets on there and said Method Man, his wife, is sick and she not doing too well. And I'm like, this F&B, man, he said, according to a 2006 All Hip Hop article. This is the big C cancer. I was ready. I was so mad. I was crying right there. And I'm like, I'm gonna somebody. And these Wu-Tang friends kept me in there, kept me in LA. She said me and the doctor was effing. What kind of shit is that? Man, you don't do that to nobody. You say the F you want to say about me. Say nothing about my family, man. I think 50 knows Wendy, and he's known Wendy for quite some time. He's known Wendy to be messy. A lot of people know Wendy to be messy. That's how she's built her brand. She's made a lot of enemies. Wendy Williams has made a lot of enemies. So whenever she's down bad, and Wendy Williams has been down bad, she has been down bad, especially recently. Guys like 50 Cent, who've known of her for years in the industry, he's gonna go at her. And this Method Man situation is giving him giving him the green light to do so. And again, I'm not one of those people to go at somebody when they're in a tough spot or tough situation, man. But a lot of the things that Wendy Williams has done, she's brought on herself. She has. And for her to do this interview and to put this information out there, once again, is a way of her being messy. Because again, you had an issue with this guy years ago. I don't even know if they've been able to settle that issue. And then you do this interview and you are going into detail about the night you hooked up with Method Man. And the crazy thing is, he could have been in a relationship with his wife at the time. But she's putting this out here. Because back then there was no social media, so you couldn't keep tabs on people like that, right? That's why Wendy's all in the club with Wu-Tang and nobody knows about it. So I can understand certain people's frustration with her. She's done a lot of stuff to herself. And again, You got guys like 50 Cent who are going to take every opportunity to go at her because she has been a very messy person, and she has been somebody that has effed over a lot of people. But to me, I find it to be kind of ironic in a way, but hilarious. The fact that they hooked up, then years later, she's talking about him hooking up with somebody outside of his marriage. He's mad at her. He goes off on her. And then years later, when she's single, she wants to admit to the world that she got with Method Man. It's crazy. But that's Wendy.